long step back in. I would like to see the long step back in after coming back up and breaking structure again. And we can see on the 1 minute time frame, we formed a bullish breaker on the 1 minute time frame. Obviously, we came down and displaced it and everything because of this chop. But I would like to see the long step right back in and take us all the way back to high of the day. Remember this morning, my bias was originally bullish on the day. It was bullish on the day because, I mean, look what we've been doing the past few days. And then with pretty decent, not any crazy news like CPI or bad news coming out, I expected us to just keep pumping. It's been a little back and forth, and what we've done is we've traded into that 4-hour SIBI up top. And look at that reaction we got off the 4-hour SIBI. So we're bouncing between 4-hour busy, 4-hour SIBI. And then if we look at the 15-minute, we traded into this 15-minute order block that I had charted out yesterday. This is that 15-minute order block I had charted out. Okay, so if we zoom all the way back, notice how we traded right into that 15-minute order block, into the 4-hour bearish fair value gap, and that's where we rejected off of after grabbing buy-side liquidity up here. And then, where did we bounce off of earlier? The 15-minute busy, right? So we're bouncing between these 4-hour, 15-minute levels right here, the levels that I like to look at, that I've noticed. So what we're going to do during this session is we are going to stay patient and wait for us to stop chopping, wait for a power of 3, or wait for a actual displacement and retracement. What I'm not going to do is take a trade inside of this range right here, right? See this range? I'm not going to be taking an entry inside of that range. This is not where I get my entry. I wait for us to break out of the range and either get a strong displacement move and then retrace like a silver bullet move, silver bullet longs or whatever we find. Or I wait for a power of 3 where we fake out, like we do something like this, where we come down, right? Something like that. And then we come back up and we distribute off like that, right? Something like that. That would be the power of 3 where we accumulate, we manipulate down and back maybe into that unicorn again. Or, just off of a PD array down below in our discount. And then we look for distribution back to the upside. So that would be that power of 3 that I'd be looking for. The other thing I would be looking for is for us to break out back to the upside and do something like this, where we come up, we displace the highs, come back down, retest, and then we, get that continuation up, something like that, right? Kind of crooked lines and everything, but you guys get the idea, right? Waiting for displacement, because right now I do want to see the long step back in after coming down and testing the lows again, testing that 15 or the 5-minute unicorn. I want to see us go right back up for the highs again. So that's my bias right now. Obviously, it could change if we see the shorts stepping back in like crazy. It is a range day, so we need to, actually wait for the market to show us what direction it wants to go in. We don't want to try to guess. We don't want to predict too much. We just want to have our plan, what we expect to happen, and then wait for that to happen. And if it doesn't, we change our plan. So that's where my mind is at right now. That's what I'll be waiting for. Okay, so again, I'm in no rush, especially while we're chopping like this. I need to see us get out of this area. And for those of you that are new or that maybe haven't traded with me before, during these sessions in the afternoon, I typically trade prop firm accounts, and we focus on trading micros during these sessions. And every once in a while, I will trade my actual account if there's a trade that I really love and if I'm willing to put more risk on the table. Sometimes you'll see me get in my live account, but it just depends. Just depends on the day. So let's just be patient. Let's hang out and wait for price action to get a little bit better. We're about 5 minutes away from our silver bullet hour, and we're still very choppy. So we just need to be patient and really wait for our setup to come and not force any entries. Especially, guys, we're very green on the day. We are very green. At least personally, I'm very green on the day. There's no reason, after having such a great morning, to come into this market in the afternoon and see terrible price action and force trades in this terrible price action. Because throughout the day, we've seen some great moves. We're able to get involved on this short, a very good move to the shorts. And I'm sure some of you caught that long back up, and maybe even some of you caught that short back down, right? There's been some big moves in the market this is not one of those moves that we want to be involved in right here. At least personally, this is not where I want to be getting an entry. This is low probability right now. Very low probability. So that's why we just stay patient. We just wait. No reason to rush. Even if we are trading different accounts, you still want to stay patient. I mean, after seeing this hourly come up to this point, I really was expecting us to continue up. But the market had a different idea today. We wanted to come right back down, back to the lows, retest our bullish unicorn down there. So what we like, if we can be patient and wait, we could catch a very nice move, right? If we're gonna have another good pump, or even if we have another dump back to sell side, we could catch a very nice move with good reward. So there's no point in trying to force an entry here. Sit back and relax. Don't have those trigger fingers, right? Maybe just take your hand off of that mouse if you need to. If you find yourself trying to force entries here, just sit back and stop clicking buy and sell. All you got to do is wait. I'm telling you guys, for me personally, I know what works for me, and I know what's worked for me in the past, and being patient is what has worked for me, and it continuously works for me. And that's why I teach patience, because I know it works for me, and hopefully it works for you too. There's going to be some days where I'm going to be more aggressive, and maybe I'll take some more, risky entries, and I won't wait as long. But the only time you won't see me be patient is when I see the setup is already there, maybe right when we hop onto a live session. Maybe the setup's there right away, and I'll just hop into it. Most of the time, we do need to wait for our A+ setups. Like this morning, I tried an aggressive entry, didn't work out, so then I waited for my A+ setup, and we were able to catch a big move off of that. So we're still not breaking out of this accumulation range here. We're just about a minute and a half away from silver bullet hour. Hopefully we'll get some more volume to step in. I mean, we can look at our volume here, and we can see volume's pretty low down here, right? Volume's high over here, those big moves. High over here, those big moves. Right now, volume is dead. I don't really like getting entries or trading when we have very low volume. So we want to wait and see if we're going to have higher volume to get this market to move. If we need to hang out and listen to music and talk, then we'll have to do that. And if you guys have questions, comments for me as well. I know we just had our Q&A session, but I mean, right now we pretty much just have to hang out and wait for the market to start moving. All right, silver bullet hour is about to start. Remember, 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern is our silver bullet hour. Second silver bullet hour of the day. So this past hour has not done much, right? It's just kind of chopped. A little up and down, not much going on. Almost closing around break even on this candle. Around right in the middle. We might close a little bullish here, just barely. And alright, so we barely closed bullish on that hourly. Not much going on that previous hour candle. See if maybe we can get a power of 3 here. I'd like to see a manipulation move down. A fake out down here like I was talking about. And look for a long setup. Look at the 15-minute time frame. You can see we trade into this 15-minute bearish fair value gap. We are getting a strong reaction off of that level. Strong reaction off that 15-minute SIBI there. Okay, we're finally starting to get some volume. Now we're sweeping sell side. So this is where I would want to see us start to expand back to the upside after getting manipulation. I want to see us manipulate down, and I want to start seeing the long step in. And if the shorts don't stop and they continue down to take out previous lows, that's when I'd start looking for shorts. Yeah, so long bias is because of the seek and destroy pretty much profile we have today. Right, we've taken out sell side, we took out buy side, we've come back down, and we bounced off of this 5-minute unicorn that I had charted out, that I called out earlier. Right, we have support down here that we bounced off of. I want to see us come right back for high of the day. Overall, I'm still bullish on the week, right? So with that bullish bias overall, I've pretty much just been waiting for us to take out either sell side or buy side, show me which direction we want to go. ES is also still chilling above VWAP here. Let's see if we got any SMT divergence. A little bit of SMT divergence here as well. And where is that SMT, you may ask? Right here. Right there we have SMT. ES fails to take out the low, and Q sweeps the low. Right there, SMT divergence. All right, so typically in a power of 3, you want to see us trade into some kind of PD array. You want to see us trade into like a fair value gap and order block and start to bounce off that. And also, what we don't want to see on the 5-minute is we don't want to see this 5-minute come down and displace. If the 5-minute comes down and displaces the lows, we could expect the shorts to step in down to this low. As long as we're wicking back above, we're not closing below with displacement, I want to see the long step back in. Yeah, big, right, great unicorn model. It's on the 1-minute as well here. 1 minute as well. So multiple time frames. So I just need to see, what I really need to see is for us to displace or inverse at least a 1-minute bearish fair value gap here. That'll start giving me a little bit more conviction that the longs are going to step in. All right, but we got the SMT. We got the manipulation. We grabbed sell side liquidity. So my last confirmation here is really for us to start inversing a 1-minute fair value gap because we're in silver bullet. And if we start to inverse bearish fair value gaps and create bullish ones, that's when we want to start looking for the longs. So I want to see us close above. We also want to look at the VIX. VIX is bearish on this previous or on this 30-minute candle right now. Typically look at the 30-minute candle on the VIX just to get a better perspective. Look at this. We're starting to inverse that 1 minute right now. All right, so this 1 minute fair value gap right here is what we want to inverse. We want to close above that level. Close above this fair value gap. We'd like to see ES inverse that 1 minute as well. So we're not doing that. We're reacting off that 1 minute. Doesn't mean I'm going to jump into the shorts yet or at all. All right, just because we get a reaction, I need to see. I really want to wait and see if we're going to get these longs to step in. Okay, let's look at the 5-minute here. We're about to close on the 5-minute. Notice how we wicked all the way down into a 5-minute bullish fair value gap here. Small one, but it's there. And I want to see us close above these highs, not displace. We're about to close in about 40 seconds. So we need to see this 5-minute stay above. We're getting a pretty strong reaction off those bearish fair value gaps right now. I'll just keep waiting. Let's watch how this 5-minute closes here. Alright, so that's how you want to see the 5-minute close. You want to see it wick down, grab sell side, and pump right back up. I'm still waiting for us to inverse a 1-minute fair value gap here. We still haven't inversed that, so I'm still not trusting the longs just yet. But I do see a few different confirmations that I've talked about. Using Apex, use trailing stops. Take profit when it's there. With Apex in there, trailing drawdown on unrealized profit, you pretty much need to really trail those stop losses or just get out completely at your TP levels. Because what can happen if you leave runners too much, it can come back down, stop you at a break even, and you just lost a lot of drawdown. So I definitely focus on that. And not trading too heavy, right? Trying to trade smaller, that way your drawdown doesn't get to you too quick. Those are my few recommendations. And read through all their rules as well. Apex is probably the more strict prop firm when it comes to their rules and refusing payouts, from what I've heard from people. So what I would do is read through all of their funded rules and make sure you're following those rules. Okay, so let's see if we can inverse this 1 minute and create a bullish 1 minute order block and look for a long position. Right now we're still not breaking through, so we just tapped into that 1 minute above right off VWAP. Of course. Okay, staying patient here. I don't love the wick on the 5 minute right now. We're just kind of stalling and chopping again. My volume's kind of dying down again after that start of the hour. We got a nice volume spike right here, and now it's kind of dying down again. So still not any entry I want to take right now. Who's gotten their workout in today yet? Anybody? Hey, there we go. What are we hitting today? What'd you guys hit? Hey, buys and tries. Rest day today. Destroyed legs yesterday. Feel that today was leg day for me. 2 hours, nice, after power hour. There we go, chest and arms. See, I messed up my shoulders so bad right now that I can't even swim. I can swim a little bit, but it's pretty painful. Swimming's amazing though. I love swimming. Shoulders and back, very nice. That's the other thing. Now I can't work out my shoulders right now either. I'm gonna try to get that fixed ASAP. Full body plyo, nice. Is that typically what you do, Frank? More free weights and plyo, or do you ever hit some heavy weights? And again, for those of you that are just joining up, we're still waiting for a trade right now. We're still waiting for price action to get a little bit better. Yeah, I got to get back into the chiropractor. I used to go pretty consistently for my back. I also have a herniated disc in my back, so my body's all messed up. Doesn't stop me though. Yep, see that's the worst. I messed up one shoulder from baseball and then ended up messing it up in the gym, messing up both of them in the gym, to where now I can't even do a full, like, it's hard for me to even do a pull-up right now. Fire cupping, is that when it leaves those huge marks on your back? I've seen the cupping before. Right now, my height and weight, I'm at 5'10", 170. I have it in my notes what I weighed on Monday. 172 was my last weight on Monday. My heaviest I've ever been was 184, and that was not healthy weight. I had to lose all that. I ended up losing it, getting back down to like 165. And now I've put on a little bit more, just trying to put on more muscle. I'm up to 172. It does look painful. That cupping stuff, it always looks like super painful. Ooh. Yeah, see, that's what I want to stay away from. I've thought about doing surgery and everything, but I want to stay away from surgery for as long as I can. Try to get it fixed more naturally. Into peptides. I've heard of that. I'm going to write that in my notes and do some more research into that. Peptides. BPC. I've heard someone talk about that in a podcast before. Actually, I think it was a podcast about helping your back. Oh, sweet. Okay, I'm going to look into that. Thanks for letting me know. He's still doing that stuff? That's crazy. That's insane, actually. How old is he? With that bad of a back problem to still be doing that? At 56, good for him. That's sick. That's amazing. I hope to be like that when I'm 56. I don't know about the hidden 25-foot rock jumps, but or drops. But you better believe I'm still going to be out there playing pickup basketball when I'm 56. Bro, that's actually crazy. Now that's extreme sports right there. Can we... Okay, we finally inversed that 1 minute fair value gap there. We created a 1 minute bullish order block. Let's see if we can reject this bullish order block. I still don't like that we are so choppy. I don't love that we're this choppy and we're sitting right below VWAP. But I'm starting to like us breaking out here a little bit more. Okay, I'm starting to like this here. A little bit more. I don't know if I'm ready to take the entry just yet, but I do want to see these longs start stepping in pretty soon. I don't like that ES is still kind of failing to push above. Yeah, 5 minute also doesn't look amazing, but I still like that we have not displaced the lows. But I would say right now, guys, we're still in very low probability price action right now. I still don't like the price action enough right now to jump into an entry. We're still extremely choppy. That's why you have not seen me jump into an entry yet. So what I'd want to see us do, if the longs are going to step in, is come up to this high up here. Remember, sweep that high, come back down again, and then continue up all the way. That's what I want to see happen, but right now, we really just have to wait for the market to decide what it's going to do. It can't even make up its own mind. We're just chilling in Chop City. With no way out. I mean, if you guys want to listen to music, we could probably even watch a full 3-hour podcast with the way price is moving right now. 5 minute just closed. Another just long wick on both sides. 15 minutes looking good. Okay, here's what I wanted to see right here. I want to see some more expansion. We have this fair value gap up here. We need to inverse this one as well. I expect us to inverse this. That level right there. We need to close above that. Close above that level right there. Well, now we're getting some SMT here between ES and NQ. ES hasn't even swept these highs yet. ES has not swept these highs. So a little bit of SMT divergence there. No bueno with the price action. If it's going to continue like this, we'll just keep sitting on the sideline. We won't take any other trades. Or any trades at all during this session. Hopefully we'll get a little bit better. Get some more volume. So we traded these 50K accounts. So typically I'll go 6 micros full lot. Usually scale in with 3. Usually go 6 micros. And that's how much I think most people should be trading on 50K accounts, maybe even less sometimes. And it just depends on how good you are with risk management. If you're a great risk manager and you really have a higher run rate, you could probably go in higher, right? You could maybe go into 8 micros or even 10 micros if you're very good at managing your risk. If you're not the best or you don't have as high of a win rate, you should probably be keeping it less, around 4 to 6 micros. Okay, more chop. Came back down, wicking back up again. More SMT divergence at the lows, just back and forth. This isn't what I want to see. I don't want to see this. After taking out sell side, what I wanted to see was expansion. Distribution up, taking out that high aggressively. It's not happening. It's not happening right now, so I'll keep sitting on the sidelines. I just got a text from Apex. Last day for 80% off. Or is that not Apex? It is Apex. So it's the last day with 80% off on Apex. If you guys were looking to get an account. And if you guys ever are confused about promo codes and stuff, I have an Apex promo code under the Start Here tab. It'll always just match exactly what... It'll match what the discount is on Apex. So you'll be able to get those discounts. If you're going to use it. If not... I know most people prefer to use Top Step, or there's a few other ones. But Apex is nice if you're trying to get in for cheap. If you're trying to get cheaper accounts, Apex is the way to go. Yeah, but if you think about it, it's still cheaper than pretty much most other prop firms, because you can do the monthly fee for your PA. It's $105 compared to like a Top Step, which their rules are better, I agree. But if you do Top Step, you get a 50K, it's like $50, and then plus you have to pay $150. So you're in a little bit more. It's not anything crazy. It's not that much more expensive, honestly. Of course. Yeah, man, for sure. It's not always 80% off they've been 80% off for a while, but they kind of change. Okay, here's these longs now. Now we've displaced both those fair value gaps. My funded futures is $80 all in for. Oh, not bad. I didn't even know that. Oh, I'm gonna look into them. That's good to know. I didn't realize that. I'll have to do some research into them. Yeah, promo code with them would be cool. Maybe do a little affiliate with them. Might have to reach out to them and see if I can get it a little cheaper for everybody. See if we can get a promo code. I'll have to look into all their stuff before I do that, but that's not too bad. Okay, good to know. Thanks for letting me know about that. I've heard of them before. I've just never used them. I know I've heard good things. I know a lot of people like to use that prop firm. Their expert account. Okay, I'll have to look into that. Oh, okay, guys. So now we're forming this 1 minute bullish fair value gap here. We inverse 2. We're above VWAP. I want to look for longs here. I'm going to try out the longs here. I just got an entry. Oh, I didn't connect my Apex account. So my entry is at 1982.50 with half a lot. So obviously a little bit higher. Still not terrible. And then we're looking to take it up to these highs. So I'm just in half a lot right now. I'm going to keep my stop down below this fair value gap, about 45 ticks, 19.71. Okay, we're already pumping. I want to see us reach this high. Maybe, I'm only in half a lot right now. I'd like to add into a full if we can get a pullback. So we're looking about like 83 ticks to that high from my entry. I don't really have the chance to add into a full right now and move my entry a little too high up. But I have all my confluences here, and this is what I wanted to see happen. I was just waiting for us to displace or inverse and start to get some momentum. And then we create a 1 minute bullish fair value gap. We trade into it barely. That's when I'm getting my entry, right? That's why I got my entry right there. So stop loss is below 1971, below that fair value gap. And again, I'm only in half a lot here. I would really like to add into a full. I'm not going to add into a full up here and have my entry move too high to where we're not really even looking for much reward. But I will wait and see if we get some kind of pullback like this, right, where I can add into a full. If we start to reject this level again. Like that. This is where I'll look to add into a full. Need to see us reject a little more though. If we can start to bounce, I'll add into a full. I don't like that we're stalling again at those highs. I don't like that we're struggling to take out this level. But I do have my stop below the fair value gap. This is a silver bullet long. This is exactly the trade I wanted to find. This is the exact trade I wanted to catch. So let's see if we can trade down into this fair value gap and bounce again off VWAP. And then add into a full position. Long wick on the 5 minute. Don't love the wick on the 5 minute. Okay, if we can start to bounce here, I'll add into a full. So far, so good. I'm going to add into a full here, guys. Full position now. Entry is now at 1983. So just like 2 ticks higher. I'm going to keep my stop where it's at 71. And I'll put my first TP. So now my entry is at 83, right? So I guess a few ticks higher. So we're looking for an 80 tick first TP up to the highs. That's where I'm going to put my limit order up there. I'm going to put my limit order up at 19,103. Okay, I'm going to move my stop up to 40 ticks so we have a 1 to 2 here. Still below the fair value gap. I'm going to move it up to 1973. Alright, so we're looking at a 1 to 2 risk to reward. Our stop loss is still at the bottom of that fair value gap. We're looking for an 80 tick first TP. Silver bullet longs are in play. Power of 3 is in play. We just need to see us come sweep this high. I don't want to see price start to chop again. I need to see expansion distribution. This is all of my confluences have come together for this trade. And this is the whole trade that I've been talking about from pretty much the start of the session. This is exactly what I wanted to see happen. So let's see if we're going to manipulate like crazy or if we're going to actually respect the silver bullet longs and play out. So I'm holding on to it. Holding strong. Let's see if we can get that bullish momentum here. Can these longs step in? You might need to play the Jeopardy music. Do 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 do. Yeah, the chop is real, guys. The chop is real. Going to the highs, like to this high right here, or high of the day. Because this is our target right here, is this high. And then if we continue, yes, I do think we have a chance to go back to high a day. For sure. If we can really break through, excuse me, if we can break through these highs and just continue the silver bullet move, then yeah, I think we could end up going all the way back to high a day. So just got to wait and see. I like our entry and I like our stop loss. Preferably maybe a little bit lower on the stop loss, but I'm not going to have a bigger stop when I'm looking for an 80 tick TP. I'm not going to have more than a 40 tick stop here. So like during silver bullet, typically you want to keep your stop below that fair value gap candle. That's the more ideal place to have it. But since we've already rejected this fair value gap multiple times, you know, I'm okay with having it here. Plus our entry is up here, so I'm not going to lower it. But we're obviously seeing price action is not, it's going back to how it was before. All right, we finally started to see price action get better. Good momentum, strong fair value gap created, bullish momentum, power of 3, and now we're seeing us go right back to chopping. So that's not what you want to see right there. You don't want to see a strong down close candle here. You want to see expansion. You want to see the market start to move aggressively to the upside. The 15-minute. So we're going to displace our previous 15-minute down close candle. 5-minute, we already displaced. We traded into this 5-minute bullish order block. That's where we'd want to see us bounce off of. Just into that wick. Now we want to see us expand. Well, that's a good point, Brian, right? Since we've already made 2 huge moves today, we might not see a crazy move. We might see more range for the rest of the day, 100%. That's a big possibility. But if I was going to assume anything where price would end up, I would want to see price end up at the highs today. There we go, RC Coin. I've been seeing you saying that a lot lately. That's what I like to see. Hitting your profit target, locking yourself out of your account. That's what it's all about. Staying consistent. Sticking to that plan. If we weren't chopping so much, this would have been a trade that I would get in my main account on, but it's too much chop. It's not good enough price action for me to risk any of my profits from this morning. But it is, you know, enough. It's good enough price action for me to try it out on these prop firm accounts because I do have my confluences here. if that makes sense. Let's see if we can actually break out here. This is requiring a lot of patience. And right back down. Right back down. Near break even. Just got to see this one break out. Looks like we might want to be choppy for the rest of the day. I at least want us to go to that first TP. If anything, at least go take out the high and actually make this power of 3. Tapping off a 5-minute bullish order block there. 15-minute candle closed very bullish as well. Yeah, I can share those fib settings in just a minute. I can share them after this trade. Come on and cute. ES is making its way up as well. The 30-minute didn't displace. Let's look at the 30-minute. It did not displace, no, but strong up-close candle. And we're manipulating like crazy again, going right back into that fair value gap. Right back down to VWAP. Grabbing sell side liquidity one more time. And back to chopping. All right, and if you want to get out of the trade, again, you can get out. We're at break even. You know, if you don't like the price action, it's not good price action right now with this chop. So you guys can always get out at break even if you don't like it. I'm going to keep holding this trade because I still have my conviction. Yeah, we've actually been sitting in these longs for, when did we get in off of this candle right here? So 222 we got in. So we've been in it for just about 11 minutes now and have not done much. Okay, I think that's going to work, Trade 903. I think you're going to get blessed. Never going to beat the Colt allegations. Yeah, so I mean, I'm going to hold this one. I'm holding strong, but this price action so far is we have just ranged. Let's see. The most we've hit is 36 ticks in a profit, and the most we've hit is 27 ticks in the red. So, not the best follow through that I wanted to see. At least not yet. See our last 5-minute candle closed. Down close candle again, but a nice wick from the bottom off that 5-minute bullish order block. Just absolutely no follow through here. Oh, wow. Did that not stop me out? Okay, it didn't. That wicked. I'm going to get stopped here probably. Guys, that is the price action today. This is just our price action for this afternoon session. Just very choppy. Back and forth. Traded right back into that 1 minute. Wicked us out. Let's see if we're going to still bounce off this level. A little bit of displacement there on the 1 minute. Right back into that 5-minute order block. Taps into that 15-minute bullish order block here. I still want to see if these longs are going to step in, guys. I still want to see these longs step in here. Let's see. Do I want to get a re-entry at the same level? Let's see. I still like these longs here. Great bounce again on the 5-minute. I just don't like the price action. I just don't like today's price action, or at least this afternoon's price action. So no re-entry or anything right now. Not with what I'm seeing here yet. I might get a re-entry in the longs right around the same place we had our entry before. I just want to see a little pump. Want to see a little pump to get an entry. Okay, I just got an entry. I'm going in full lot. Oh, did it not register my full lot? Okay, so I'm in half a lot. It didn't register my full lot. Oh, it did. Okay, that lagged me. That was a big lag right there. So I am in again. Let's see where my actual entry is at. My entry got moved up a little too far. It got all the way up to 83. I tried to get in a full right away. So entry's kind of high. I'm still going to keep it. Oh, I guess it's pretty much around where our entry was before. So it's just it's right around the same level where our entry was before. So I'm back in a full lot. I'm going to keep my stop right back down where it was before. 1973 again. And I'll watch this trade closely. If it doesn't break out here, I'll probably just get out. But we had that fake out move. Right back into the fair value gap. Right back into the order block. No, yeah, I didn't connect. I forgot to connect my Apex account before this, so I don't have it up right now. But my entry is it's at 1983. Stop loss. It's the same exact trade pretty much as last time. 1983, stop loss at 1973. Take profit at that high. Up at 19103 for half a lot. Taking profit of half a lot. I'm in a full lot. So it's pretty much the same exact entry. And let's see if we can get the follow through now. We saw the fake out. Look at the 5-minute. We traded down into that further into that 5-minute OB, into the 15-minute order block down there. Strong rejection. Respected the 1-minute fair value gap. So I still like the longs here. Again, it hasn't changed. And if we come down and manipulate again, well, oh well. I don't even want to be in the market anymore anyways. Are we getting some SMT right now? I think we might be getting some SMT. Let's see. Up at this high. Okay, we do have a little bit of SMT divergence here between NQ and ES. And we're moving down aggressively again. Might have to just cut this one again. I'm still going to hold it for now, but if we start to move down aggressively, I'm just going to cut my loss. I'm still holding. Same level. I don't like that we got SMT divergence up at the highs. And that's one reason I would cut this one early if we start to move down too aggressively. Everything else besides that SMT, I still expect us to go up. I still expect us to long. And we're coming right back down, chopping right around our break even again. Yeah, we do have that 5-minute BPR as well. We haven't been able to fight through that yet. So mental stop will be right around VWAP. If we're moving down aggressively, I'll just get out right around VWAP. As long as we can hold above and try to push. Oh, that one was insane. Okay. Might have to just get out here. Let's see. I'm still going to hold. I'm just going to hold to my stop loss either way. I'm going to hold my stop loss. I'm not going to cut this one. I know my risk. I know what my risk is. Let's just let this craziness play out. At least personally, that's what I'm going to do. Sit back, relax, enjoy the wild ride. We haven't been having amazing price action in the afternoons lately. It's been not the best. No, my entry's not showing on the screen. I didn't connect my Apex account. Forgot to connect my Apex account. But my entry is at 1983. Stop loss at 1973. TP at 19103. A lot of threes. 3 is a good number. Yeah, this chop is not fun. It's like every time we start to get that momentum and we start to see fuller body candles, we start to see a good move. And the rest, yeah, it just starts to chop after that. Yeah, and that's typical with high impact days. You're right. Afternoon session is usually a lot choppier, rangier. And AM session is where it's at for sure. That's why, we caught a nice trade this AM session. That was a nice short move this morning. Alright, so I've thought about cutting this trade, but I told myself I'm just going to hold this one all the way through. Win or lose, I know my risk. I'm just going to hold it. Alright, so we didn't get our entries off of the chop. We got our entries off of actual good, like, momentum candles, right? Like this one right here. We got our entry off of this full body candle off of a fair value gap, and then we started to chop. Okay, then we manipulated down, and then we got our entry off of full body, not as full body, but stronger candles with momentum. And then we just came right back down, chopped more, right? So it's not like we got an entry while we were chopping. I mean, we were still technically overall chopping. But after seeing a strong manipulation move and then an instant rejection, I still like getting that entry. But just no follow through this afternoon. And this is why I haven't traded my main account in the afternoon. This is why I've only traded the prop firm accounts. No, that one wicked about a tick or two away from my stop there. That one was a few ticks away from my stop. Still holding. I might as well at this point, right? For me, maybe if this was my main account, I probably would have cut it early. I probably would have not taken a full loss on this. But no, we're still holding. I typically don't trade power hour. I don't really like trading power hour very much unless it's like a really good day. If we have great price action during power hour, I'll trade it. But yeah, it's been very choppy, and that's because like he brought up, we had high impact PPI CPI. So normally in the afternoons we do see a lot of chop because there's such a big move in the morning. Most people are already out of their positions. So we've tested it out. We've tried it. It just depends on the week. I mean, there's days. I mean, we have great price action on certain afternoons, right? It just depends on the day. Depends on the week. What kind of news do we have coming out in the mornings? If we have news coming out at 8:30 a.m., pre-market. All right, now I'm done. Now I'm done with this price action. If you have news coming out at 8:30 a.m. pre-market, you're gonna see pretty bad price action in the afternoon. But if you have news coming out more towards the end of morning session or like in the middle of morning session, you'll probably see price action be a little bit better in the afternoon. Yeah, I'm not even gonna get any other entries in this, guys. This chop is crazy. All right, and this is why it's important to, if you have a good day in the morning on your, maybe it's your live account or your main like funded account or whatever, just don't trade it for the rest of the day. Unless you see something so good that you're willing to risk some of your profits, don't do it. Just hold on to those profits and maybe, like me, during these sessions, just trade some evals or, maybe don't even trade it at all. Maybe don't even trade it at all and just kind of walk away. As we can see right now, this price action is no bueno. So if we saw better price action this afternoon, yeah, I would have looked to maybe risk a little bit of my profit from this morning and gone in again, but nope, not doing that. All right, man, I got you. Take it easy. Yeah, guys, I'm done trading for today. This price action sucks. In all honesty, price action is not good. I tried out 2 trades. I'm all done. It was a great day for us overall. Great day for us overall with that 265 tick trade this morning. All right, so don't let a few losses in the afternoon end up making you overtrade and start to revenge trade. Just be happy with the great day we've had, and we can just move on and kill it again tomorrow. So 2 days in a row of winning for us this week. Let's come back tomorrow with the same mindset. For my free Wednesday people, if I don't see you tomorrow, if you don't join up into the Discord, I'll see you on next Wednesday or in the free chat. All right, guys. Appreciate you all. God bless. Go get a workout in. Go get some sunshine. All right, and I'll see you all very soon. Yeah, you heard him. Join up. I'll be expecting you guys tomorrow. Thanks, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.